Yeah, open it up.
Episode 6.
Episode 6. Here we go. New bottle. This episode is sponsored by Kristen, Audrey's mom. She kindly bought us a new bottle of whiskey.
I don't even know how to open this.
Well, you didn't have to take off the label. You could just open it from the top.
Oh, yeah. It's been a long week.
Oh, God, I hear you.
Holy fuck, that was really dumb.
Let me just
I wish people could see that. Why don't you just open it like a fucking regular ass bottle?
Yeah, so on this bottle, it's got like this like little belt around the label.
It's a birch bark belt.
Birch bark belt.
Say that 5 times.
Yeah, I definitely can't. Let me have a glass of whiskey first. And
I'm still trying to break into this thing.
So Chris thought the way you open the bottle is by taking off the belt, which is around pretty much the bottom of the bottle. It's not even close to the neck where you would pour the whiskey.
Sometimes you think you're getting smarter and smarter in life,
No,
and then there's things like that you're like, oh no, maybe I'm getting dumber.
Smarter.
Maybe I'm getting dumber.
Dude, we're definitely not getting smarter. All right, let's get some ice in these glasses. Pardon the noise. My hands.
No, not at all. Smells pretty good.
My hands.
Yeah.
I just washed them.
Did you just touch your dick?
Yeah.
That's why they smell so good.
Yeah.
Well, might as well go crazy.
Oh god. Yeah, I got to drive this week.
You sir don't. Nice. All right. New bottle. New week. New episode. This is episode 6.
I almost wrote 9.
This is 2 C's in a pod. As always, contact us on Instagram via CJ's Instagram. That's @CJShade. We have an email now, mail.2csinapod@gmail.com for all of your podcasting needs. Go there. Cheers. Sorry.
It's not bad.
It's not bad at all. It's a little lighter.
I was going to say a little light, a little sweet.
Yeah, it's strange. It's just different.
Not a big bite to it.
No, it's fine.
That's actually really good.
And
thank you
CJ
again.
Photography.
Thank you again, Kristen, for
Thank you,
the
Kristen.
bottle of whiskey. What is it called? Basil Hayden's? Basil Hayden's?
Basil, I guess.
Basil?
Basil or
Anyway,
basil. Depends on what part of the
buddy,
continent you're
thank
from.
you for making this Kentucky bourbon. Appreciate you. You said they've been making it for a while, so he might not even be here anymore.
I do I'm certain he's not. This is, they began distilling in 1796. Kentucky was but 4 years old, and George Washington was still president.
All right.
AKA, that was a long fucking time ago.
Yes.
Very long time ago. I just got back from driving 400 kilometers today.
Sounds fucking awful. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know why you guys didn't stay out there.
We did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I thought you drove out there today.
No.
And back today. I thought that's what your plan was.
No, that would be the dumbest thing ever.
Well, that's what I was
It was
about
almost
to say.
dumb enough, just so people know what we're talking about. I drove out to Ottawa with my lovely fiance today, or yesterday. Whatever day this is. On the weekend.
Today's Sunday.
Today's Sunday for comparison. My mind's melted from sitting in a car. It really gets...
Dude, I thought yesterday was Sunday. Like when I woke up, I thought it was full-blown Sunday. I thought when I woke up Friday, it was Saturday. Like, man, the weekend's just gone
flying
right
by.
I'm like, oh, fuck, it's only Saturday here.
I drove to Ottawa to look at a wedding venue with my fiance, and we went up last night. We made a little vacation of it, and it was nice to get out of the area because there's not a whole lot of places to go. Funnily enough, we went to a place that's been one of the hot spots of COVID-19.
Oh, nice.
Well, every time you hear on the news, it's Peel, Toronto, and Ottawa.
Yeah.
And
whatever.
I hadn't been to the Houses of Parliament.
It's not like you haven't been working in a hospital since the start of the thing.
That's true. I've been around these things.
Yeah.
I'm basically a hero. So we drove up yesterday, grabbed a hotel, went down, walked around Parliament in the evening time. It was pretty nice. I haven't been there in fucking ages. They're renovating them. So they're shining off all the green roofing because it's copper.
Yeah.
So they're shining it back down to the original like penny. It looks like a penny now.
Holy
which is
shit, that's
pretty
cool.
cool. I don't know how often they do that at Parliament. I probably should have checked.
Yeah,
I got a photo here to show you. It's pretty cool. I hadn't ever seen that. The only time I ever heard about that was when I was in public school in like grade 5. I'm like, fuck, I really hope I can see that one day in my life.
Yeah.
So there's one right just by comparison. That's the East Block.
Yeah.
So that's shot. That's been
fuck.
you see the difference, right?
Holy shit.
Yeah, it looks like copper.
Yo, get rid of that fucking green shit. Like, copper
Exactly.
looks way nicer.
Looks really cool, but the problem, copper oxidizes so quickly.
Yeah. I don't know how quickly. I wonder how long it's going to last.
I don't know either, but so...
Because how long is it going to take them to shine the whole fucking place?
It looked like they'd already taken a first coat off of most of the buildings.
Okay.
Of the green.
Okay.
So there's the main Peace Tower and stuff.
That's fucking cool. Man.
It's really cool.
Nice
so look,
shot.
yeah, I'm a photographer.
Yeah, you're a photographer now.
Yeah.
Man, that is... How do they get up to that very top level?
So they got crazy scaffolding.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So actually you can see it there. So that's a tower of scaffolding around one of these things.
Fuck.
Just to try to describe what people are looking at, if you look at the Houses of Parliament, there's basically it looks like almost like a building's been put around one of the spires of the towers. It looks like
they just redid the entire building, and now it's just a square.
It looks like a total like rectangle building square.
No character in it.
So that's how they get up there, and that's probably 1 million
wild.
Stairs up in the scaffolding, and then they just like chimney sweeps from Mary Poppins, just scrubbing away.
Oh man, that's fucking great.
So we drove out there yesterday. Yeah. We walked around.
How was
there.
the drive?
Dead easy. It's just like we stopped. Man, we actually made a really nice weekend of this. We stopped halfway, went to this amazing seafood restaurant right on the water.
Nice.
We're able to sit outside. We got the fucking seafood feast for 2. It's like 2 lobster. It was a shitload of stuff. I was
gonna say it's probably for 4, not 2.
We did a pretty good number on it because we're gluttons, but it was so good. It came out in like different sections and like courses and stuff. It was nice. So that broke up the drive totally because I was about halfway.
Would you go like 401 all the way there?
401 to the 416, which cuts up towards Ottawa, and then on the way home we actually took 7 down to Belleville, cut down to the 401.
Nice. Change out the scenery.
Yeah, and kind of it made more sense based on where we were because this morning we went and looked at the venue. Right. So the reason for this 800-kilometer round trip was to look at a wedding venue. Right. And we had our appointment for 10 a.m. this morning. We got there at 9:55, and we were on our way back to Toronto by 10:20 a.m.
I was gonna say,
so not even 30 minutes to look at it, but.
You don't really need that long. Like, what are you gonna do? Examine every little inch of the floor?
There was not a ton to see. It's a pretty straightforward thing. You get basically what you want to do with these places is you want to go and look to make sure that they line up with the photos, and just ask the dumb questions like, "What about this scenario? What about that?" And then they're like, "Oh yeah, this
is what we'll do."
How they can account for that.
Cool.
So yeah, 30, not even 30 minutes of interview time for 800 kilometers and 8 hours of driving in 24 hours, but it was worth it. We went down. They have this amazing little like corner takeout place. It's called Bao. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's like this Taiwanese or Vietnamese. Sure. I should probably look up. It's fucking delicious. It's like these homemade buns. And they're like probably the size of like a small sandwich, like pretty much the size of your fist, or like snack sandwiches. They throw spiced pork in there. They throw fried chicken. These are like steamed, freshly cooked buns. It's fucked. It's so good.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah, and there was a bar right on the corner there that was like this Irish pub, and it looked like a big place. Yeah. And if they weren't in phase 2, I can picture them in like the summertime.
Just jam.
The bar letting out, and people just lined up around the block waiting to get drunk food. Yeah, but they would make a fortune.
Yeah.
And it's delicious. Apparently they started as a Gong Fu Bao. I should look it up. I'm just naming the name of the restaurant for anyone who's ever in the Ottawa region.
Gong Fu?
I will.
Gong Pao.
Gong Fu Bao is the name of the place.
Gong Fu Bao.
Just a little, literally walk in, make your order, walk out. You couldn't even sit in there. Couldn't even sit in there. So they started as a food cart.
Those fucking places are like the best though. Like the little hole in the wall. It's like nothing to them. You can't dine in.
It's been hipsterified. But it's so worth it. Everything's hipsterified, and I'm not mad at it because sometimes you get good shit about it. So that's like the vibe of it. It's like it's a hipster spot, but apparently they started as a food cart.
Yeah.
And they were like renowned, and people like basically, what's your favorite hot dog stand in the city? No one has one because they're all the fucking same. But this guy was doing this shit out of one of those things.
Yeah.
And it got so successful they made a fucking restaurant out of it. And we were lined up, and there was no like in the 10 minutes we waited for our food, there was no shortage of people walking up, getting orders, paying online, ordering there. They were rammed, and they were only open for 9 hours a day.
Yeah.
Because of the restrictions, they had to close by 8. We were there at like 6:30, and it was just like a steady stream. I'm sure it'd been like that all day.
I would imagine.
It was delicious.
That's fucking awesome though. But at least they didn't have to worry about like Like, they would have had to close down right at the start because everything fucking did. But other than that, like, they haven't had to worry about, like, seating people or doing any of that. The thing is,
I think they were already geared towards delivery and takeout anyway.
That's what I mean.
They probably didn't skip much of a beat.
Set,
yeah.
Like, as soon as they were told to, like, go back, like, they could fucking...
One of the few places that probably did okay in the restaurant industry, one of the few places that probably did okay during the whole COVID thing. The one thing I noticed, and I'm guessing it's a bylaw thing, is any bars or restaurants that were there were not open for any sort of drinks, because I know it's been switched to patio weather, but it didn't even look like the city. I could be wrong. I don't live from Ottawa. There was only one place that had 2 little tables right up against their building. I know that in Toronto, they allowed you to take over the whole sidewalk in front. Yeah. Because they wanted to help businesses.
Have you driven through Bradford anytime soon?
Not recently.
So if you go like down the main drag in Bradford, they have, because it's usually 2 lanes the entire way through. Yeah. I think one lane is for parking during like the day. Yeah. But like they've stopped that. You can't park on the street anymore.
Now it's all restaurants.
And they've got these like orange barriers that are set up so that people, like the restaurants took over the sidewalk, but people can still walk.
Perfect.
Yeah, fucking smart as shit.
Well, you had to give them the option to at least expand their business somehow, right?
And like, again, not every restaurant or like little hole in the wall
has had a patio.
Or has a parking lot where they can like take like 6 spots out of the parking lot and put fucking people there. Mm-hmm. You know, like they don't have those options. For the bigger chains, like they've got these massive parking lots where like they don't need to worry about sidewalk space or whatever. Yeah. They could literally take over their parking lot.
Really, it's a crapshoot based on where you're at. Mm-hmm. So I know that was the one thing I did notice, is that it didn't appear. I know that Toronto and Ottawa had been forced to cut back the in-person dining in store, but they could still have their patios. So I'm sure a lot of the places downtown are still keeping those expanded patios open, and were anyways. But Ottawa didn't seem to have any remnants of outdoor patios. Everything just kind of seemed to be closed. I'm sure it's up to the city bylaws to allow them to expand on the sidewalks and stuff like that. That was the one thing I really noticed that was a difference. Also, I don't know Ottawa. Yeah. I hadn't been there since I was 12. It was nice to see it again.
I don't think I've ever like gone to, like, I've been through Ottawa, but never like stayed, like walked around.
See, I haven't even been through Ottawa since last time I was in Ottawa. I was there for a soccer tournament. I didn't even see anything. Like we were kids and we were playing soccer. You're going from the hotel to the pitches, and that's it. Yeah. And it was cool to like go walk around, but you go through it. Ottawa's small. Like it's hilarious how small the town is. It kind of has like a Calgary vibe. Where it's
Isn't their hockey rink like bumfuck nowhere?
So I was gonna get to that. So I saw where their rink was, and now I totally understand what they're talking about. So anyone who doesn't know, the arena where the Ottawa Senators play the hockey team is in the suburbs of Ottawa, and they've struggled to draw in the last few years because, number one, who's gonna be an Ottawa Senators fan? Anyways, come on. Everyone that grew up in that area,
if you are,
is a Montreal or a Toronto fan. Yeah, if you are a real life Ottawa Senators fan and you're not just doing it as a troll, you got to give yourself a total.
Maybe find a life coach.
Things haven't been working out.
I can help you with that.
And I'm a Toronto Maple Leaf fan. I know we suck. We haven't won fuck all in years. But at least I'm not an Ottawa Senators fan.
I got high hopes for this fucking coming season.
We're going to win every year.
Well, I live right around the corner from a fucking Leaf now.
Yeah.
And
Wayne Simmons.
We just fucking picked up fucking Big Joe.
Big Jumbo Joe.
Holy fuck.
Very exciting.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And TJ Brody's a good signing.
And TJ Brody.
Yeah.
It's gonna be, at least we're working on our defense.
Hey, we're going for it.
We're working on our defense.
Certainly going for it.
Fucking do.
So the last few years on like any like sort of discussions around Ottawa has been their arena. They want to have a downtown arena. They want to move it closer. And now I know why. I mean, but here's the thing. From downtown Ottawa to this arena is less than 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine Ottawa gets crazy rush hour traffic, although I'm sure they do on the 417.
Sure.
Where we were staying, we were 12 minutes to the Parliament building. That was on the highway. And we were in Canada. And from us, we were 3 kilometers from the arena. So it's like 15, 20 minutes. It's not far. Still. But what you realize, though, is that because Ottawa's not a developed, like, it's got the downtown, and then it's just suburbs, and they're very small.
Yeah.
So a lot of it's just like, there's nothingness. So this arena is perched there, and there's no bars or restaurants around it. It's just houses and shit. So the problem is people coming in, they have nowhere to go for a bite to eat before the game. None of that shit, which is what you want to do. You're just driving to the game, and then you're driving home. Or maybe you live around the corner and you're walking to the thing, which would be cool. Yeah.
that's pretty
But
sick.
there's just nothing to do.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh, now it makes total sense. Why the fuck would you put it out here? There's nothing here.
Are they not limited for parking space? Like, that's another thing. You move downtown, how much space you have, and then how much are you limiting yourself to parking?
Well, I mean, just use Toronto's example. They don't have any parking space at their arena.
I know it's all, but like, there's a lot of parking, places that you can park within literally 2 minutes walking distance.
Those are going away though, slowly and surely.
Still though, like,
I think
you have the big ones. Like, there's one right across from like the Keg or whatever, and it's like fucking 6 fucking floors. It's fucking pretty big for parking.
Where is that? Over on Jarvis?
Where's the Keg off?
There's a couple. Oh, the Esplanade.
Esplanade, yeah.
That's it. Yeah, so that's like a 5-10 minute walk. It's not bad.
No, and again, but like you have the Keg, Tilted Kill. There's another fucking.
Well, we parked at Ottawa City Hall last night, and that had like 700 parking spaces. It was.
Well, that's just like
most of them were empty. So that's something that they could do. I don't know the infrastructure of Ottawa. I'm not going to pretend that I do.
But they don't have the numbers going to the fucking stadium, so who the fuck cares, really?
I think because Ottawa's a younger city now, and they're starting to put a lot more condos and stuff up there. Yeah. I think they're hoping a lot of people are going to be in transit or walking to the game. Well, I think they're banking on walk-ups. It's a big university town. And hockey plays when they have 2 universities.
If they can keep their ticket prices
they're cheap.
Reasonable,
they are, yeah.
You'll get college, university students
walking up all the time. All the time because they can go and get pissed up.
High school students,
whatever.
They can go.
Yeah, and again, it's Ottawa. No one really wants to see Ottawa play.
Yeah,
they want to see who Ottawa's playing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Every time the Leafs go there, it's like 55% Leaf fans.
I have a buddy that lives in Petawawa. I went to school with him, and him and his buddies would go to Ottawa to watch like fucking Montreal play or the Leafs. Like they never went to go see Ottawa. It was dirt cheap, and it was like a night out with the boys. Like
I don't even think I would go if I got free tickets. If they were just like playing like
fucking Islanders,
whoever, even if they were playing Montreal or Boston, I wouldn't go.
No, I wouldn't.
I'm like, I don't care. I hate those teams. I hate the team that you're playing.
There. Like unless I live there, I'm not going to make a trip out there to see somebody I don't play.
No. But yeah, it'd been a long time since I was in Ottawa. Exhilarating podcast talk, Ottawa, Ontario. But I had Ottawa, you don't even drive through on your way to Montreal because you have to cut out of your way.
Yeah, it's out of the way. Bless you. Jesus H.
I got the COVID when I was in Ottawa, apparently.
Oh, God. Thanks, bro.
No problem.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm pretty pumped up for the fucking start of the hockey season. Man.
I guess they don't have any idea when
Leafs have been, making moves. And I guarantee you other teams have too, but Leafs are the only team I really follow.
Yeah.
And, I got them on Instagram, and it's, fucking for, all last week was, every day. They either picked somebody up or they were saying bye to somebody.
And they got rid of Johansson and Kapanen, and that was, almost $7 million in cap space.
Yeah.
And in that, they brought in a good defenseman, and they signed a bunch of good forwards for less than $1 million. Jumbo Joe's $700,000. Wayne Simmons was 1.5. All 1-year deals. And they signed Jimmy Vesey. They've taken a flyer on all 3 of these guys. Yeah. Well, Jumbo Joe can still play, and I think Simmons can. His problem is always injuries. And Jimmy Vesey, hopefully he has a good year and then goes and signs somewhere else.
Simmons got some tiny ass legs on.
He's a fucking good player.
Yeah, I didn't realize how he's got some skinny legs, buddy.
I've never looked at his legs.
Let me help you bulk up your legs.
I don't think he needs your help.
Let's get some fucking power in.
I'm certain he doesn't need your advice.
No, definitely not.
He's in the NHL.
Although, if you're looking for a workout, buddy, I'm right around the corner.
Yeah, if you're looking for someone to get free tickets from or
no, I don't care. Can't go to a game right now, anyways. I just need a workout, buddy.
I think once this whole the podcast studio is under construction right now.
We're about to be.
So once this area is cut over, we're gonna put some workout equipment in there.
Nice.
Similar to what you have at your folks' place.
We totally didn't bring down your treadmill the other day after.
It's down there now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I know. Oh, man.
Yeah, Wayne Simmons doesn't need workout buddy, I don't think.
I don't know. You never know. He could get bored doing shit at home.
I think the NHL is going to wait until they're able to have fans in the stadiums to go back.
Do you?
I don't think they can afford it. They don't have the same TV. It just comes down to money. Because all the local teams, like your Ottawa Senators and stuff like that, your smaller market teams, they rely on the gate revenue. And they rely on the local TV money. Depends on where they're at. Also, there's talks. I heard that there's talks of doing a Canadian division next year, so that most of your travel's within your country.
Okay.
And then Like I think they're going to modify some things.
Fucking like 2 cups then?
No.
Or
no, it's just like
two,
like instead of us playing in the
of Canada and States.
No, instead of us playing in the Atlantic division where we play each team 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
There'll be a Canadian division where we'll play the Canadian teams 3 or 4 times each.
Yeah, but
then you still play the other teams too. I think it's more of a travel related thing. They want to keep teams closer together, and then if you do go in, you do like a 2-week road trip.
The bubble,
and come back.
The bubble was good, where they're only playing at 2 stadiums.
It's just too expensive. I think that's the only way. Well, and also, the bubble they had.
It would be nicer if they
teams?
could do like Montreal and Toronto, just because instead of taking planes, because where was the other one? Fucking
Edmonton.
That's like fucking 3-day drive.
It's longer. Yeah, we've talked about it.
And like minimum 3 days.
But the good news is that the NHL doesn't have to drive to their games.
No, but to cut down costs, instead of taking fucking private flights,
well, you
could just have your buses.
They charter anyway. It's all built in their operating costs. The point isn't how much it's going to cost to run the bubble. The point is to limit contact and over borders things. I think was the point of the.
True.
That's the whole thing so you stay within your region. You don't have to go through all these extensive COVID tests, quarantines, etc. Because I mean, if they want to, who's to say that in 6 months?
Would still have to do a bubble at least, like because when do they want to start? Isn't it? Aren't they planning on starting soon?
I don't think they have a start date.
Really?
I think the reason that they don't have a start date is because everyone's waiting to see. Yeah. So they don't have a return. Like they did a pretty good job with the Stanley Cup playoffs bubble, but again. That's easier to do over a set amount of games and dwindling teams each time. Yeah. And then you can move it around.
It's hard
but
to
when
do
you have now, I think, is Seattle coming in this year or next? Maybe next year.
I think next.
So 31, almost 32 teams. You got to now schedule. You can't play that out of 2 cities. Maybe they got to do 4 or 5. But again,
the teams would still have to bubble though. Like our players would still have to like bubble in like a hotel.
They would be preferred,
or like fucking buyout or not buyout, but like have like 4 Airbnb.
Baseball did a bubble for the playoffs, but they did their full season without a bubble.
Really?
NFL hasn't done a bubble.
I literally haven't paid any attention.
No, I know, but I'm just because we're on the topic. So those are 2 other leagues that didn't do any sort of bubbles. Soccer over in Europe and shit, which I watch a lot of. They didn't do any bubbles. You're basically, I mean, you're hoping that everyone follows the local restrictions and is being responsible.
Yeah.
And then, but also they're going to have access to a lot more testing so they can catch it quickly. And then if they got to postpone a game, they can work around it.
So instead of having 4 divisions, they'd have like 2. Is that?
Well, I think they would still probably have 4. They would just probably remove the Canadian teams out of theirs. Well, it would probably be like Atlantic is dropping 2 teams or 3 teams. Like, because you can make a division out of 6 teams on the East Coast of America that are within an hour and a half of each other.
Yeah.
Like Philadelphia, Buffalo, the 3 New York teams, and New Jersey. There's 7 teams right there that are all within a couple hours of each other. Driving, not even flying. Yeah. So that would be a division.
That's
and then you'd have
like fucking the West Coast too, though. You got fucking Anaheim, fucking LA.
But San
Jose.
San Jose's further up. They're like 6 hours away, but still.
You still
yeah. So I think that's how they would try to do it, is work it so that teams are closer together. Again, it just comes down to less travel, less chances, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm just assuming. But the reason that I think they're still going to wait for fans is because a lot of teams wait on that. And the
whole fucking like league relies on that.
Yeah, they rely a lot on the in-house stadium. I mean, because the TV deals in the NHL is the smallest sport in North America.
Yeah.
So your TV packages, like in the Major League Baseball, for example, the team that makes the least amount of money is the Tampa Bay Rays, the team that has the lowest attendance every year is the Tampa Bay Rays, who just made the World Series. Go figure. Like the one year that they would have had a packed stadium, like there they go.
They don't.
So they have the lowest attendance every single year, and they still make money. The reason of that is because baseball as a league created such a huge package for their TV, cost networks so much money to buy and air their games, that everyone's making money no matter whether they're putting asses in the seats or not.
Yeah.
Now, everything else that they can do is obviously gravy. NFL is the exact same way. The NFL doesn't need another person in anything, in any city to step foot in their stadiums ever again because they have $1 billion+ TV package.
Yeah.
The NHL, I know that Rogers bought the Canadian rights and stuff like that, and rights for certain games, but the NHL is still mostly regional in the United States. where you're not gonna turn on ESPN and have an option of 7 different games, whereas you can up here. Down there, if you live in Nashville, you're only gonna catch it on a local station, and your team is making deals with local networks, which is limiting the amount of money that they're able to bring in.
Yeah.
They don't have a national broadcasting package, so that's why I think these teams need people to put asses in the seats to make money. I think it definitely helps. Or you're laying off everyone in your organization,
which I don't.
Then you gotta bring
at the end of the day, I think they need pretty much everybody that they have there. Maybe you don't need fucking 6 equipment managers, but you could cut back there. But at the same time, it's like those 6 guys are the reason they can fucking take a player's skate off and have him not miss a shift and change literally everything on the skate.
You need them during the game, so we'll see. I think they're going to be waiting. The new season of the EPL's already started.
I just don't see them putting people in the stadiums anytime soon, unless Ottawa, because they're in the fucking boonies and not like out of the fucking city.
But Ottawa's been one of the hot spots.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like if you look at all COVID's hotspots, it's in the major cities, and that's where all the fucking stadiums are.
Of course, yeah.
So it's like I don't see it happening. But hey, who am I to? I don't know about this.
We're not doctors. That is for certain.
Yeah.
One thing I do want is more.
Yeah, it's good, eh? It's not bad. I still think one of my favorites is the Signal Hill.
It's still sitting there.
I know, we still got like 2 glass and a half. Yeah, no, I'm pretty pumped on our the changes that Toronto's made to their roster. I couldn't honestly, when it started coming through, I'm like, holy fuck. Like, we were making moves.
I like it.
Oh, me too. Yeah. I'm all for it. Like, we needed to.
Yeah.
And, we definitely needed to pick up big defensemen. Like, good defensemen. Yeah. TJ Brody, fucking...
Good Branson, steady.
Big boy Jumbo there.
Yeah,
we needed those guys. We need that. We can't... We have the talent in our forwards, but we got nothing to help our goaltender and to get out of our end.
Also, I think the thing that we keep forgetting is last year we played the first quarter of the season with the coach that got fired.
Yes.
Who was not playing this team to their full ability.
100%. Yeah.
So I would really like to see how Sheldon Keefe does with a full training camp with this core of guys, and now from the start, okay, this is how we're going to play. Instead of trying to do it on the fly, because when the season's going, you only have X amount of practice days, based on their CBA. And once COVID hit, you're not practicing with the team. Everyone's been at home. They were back. I think they skated 5 days, and now, all right, let's playoffs.
Yeah, it's fucking game on, boys.
Yeah. Haven't seen you in 3 months, but let's do it.
I do think that gave a lot of other teams, though, the chance to step it up.
What's that?
In a sense, because everybody had that 2 weeks off, it was almost like a refresher. So those teams that were doing god awful, during the regular season before shutdown, I think when they came back, it gave them
why not?
Just a fresh start, and they could just
season,
move forward, right?
And here's the thing: you can play poorly going into the playoffs, but once the playoffs start,
it's a
new season.
It's
literally
a different game.
Every year, you got to go with it.
It's a fucking different game, though. It's a whole different ballpark.
The thing that's
you can't compare any regular season game to a playoff game.
And you know why you can't is because of the NHL officiating is so terrible in the playoffs. They call the games. It's a completely different game. Yeah. Once the 82 games is up into the playoffs, it's actually embarrassing. It's it's the worst officiating.
I don't understand how they haven't cracked down and been hey, you need to.
This is a
from
penalty.
The start of the year till the last Stanley Cup game.
It's got to be called the same.
It's got to be called the same. None of this fucking we're letting it slide. It's the playoffs. No, fuck that.
What's the point of having the rule book then?
Yeah. You may as well just say playoffs, fucking prison rules.
The 2 years that Kadri got suspended back to back. His suspensions, the first one,
I would have done the exact same thing.
Well, the second one in particular, where he cross-checked the Brusque was running around like an idiot all game.
Doing whatever the fuck he wanted.
He had a very dirty hit on Marlowe, and 2 of the hits that he did were easily penalties. The refs let it go. Okay, refs, you're letting it go. Now we're going to police ourselves. And then DeBrusque catches a stick to the face, and now Kadri's out for the rest of the season. So that is a direct result of the NHL officiating deciding that we're not going to call it the way it is, and we're going to let you guys figure it out. And then once they go to figure out, they're like, whoa. You can't.
Come on.
We got rules.
Yeah, come on.
We got rules in this game.
Buddy,
what are we doing?
You fucking call the 4 other things?
There's a million things you could have called in the meantime.
Yeah.
It didn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. Like, they definitely need to fucking figure their shit out.
You can see it at the start of the year. At the start of the year, it's always the exact same thing. There's like 7 penalties a game right at the start of the year. Yeah. First like 10 games.
Yeah.
It's like
like they're laying down the law.
They're like, hey guys, this is how we're calling it this year. And then every month it dwindles. I'm sure we could look up the numbers, but every month it dwindles and dwindles. And then come March, about 3-4 weeks before the playoffs start.
Goddamn prison rules.
Yeah, exactly. Literally. This guy's running around with shivs.
Yeah.
Someone got himself a new prison wife.
You got fucking Happy Gilmore running around.
Yeah, he's trying to take his skate off, decapitate some motherfucker. So yeah. And then playoffs coming, and like I said, it's a riot in a prison. It's
and like
all goes.
Okay, like I kind of get it because it does create like a little more entertainment.
I don't think it's.
But at the same time, I fucking hate it because I feel like every time penalties get called, it's against us. Well, and all our guys are doing are sticking up for themselves and fucking taking matters into their own hand because the refs aren't doing a goddamn fucking thing.
That's not the part that you got to watch for. The part that fucking will drive you crazy is they won't call a penalty for the first minute, for the first period and a half of blatant penalties, blatant hooks, blatant trips, the easy ones. Yeah. The easy ones to call.
That like you could see with your eyes closed.
Yeah, like why aren't we calling those ones? Like tripping and hooking are impeding the game. Those ones should be called all the time. They don't call those. And then there'll be a penalty in the third period. It'll be the first one of all game, and it'll be a chintzy little hook. And it's be like, okay,
it wouldn't even be a hook.
Why is this? Why is this a penalty now? Yeah. And that's the problem, is there's no consistency. But that falls directly on the leadership of the NHL, 100%. Because that's the only people that are in charge of the officials. Yep. You bring them in and you show it. Like I'm a big soccer fan. They've totally revamped their refereeing the last 3-4 years, football in general. And
but I think every league should
because they realize that we're falling behind.
But look at hockey over the last, let's say, fucking 10 years.
Yeah.
We have no more enforcers in the fucking league.
Because they started calling penalties. That was the idea of it.
But they didn't want all the fucking bullshit that came along. They were trying to cut back on fighting and dirty hits and all these injuries, concussions. Like they were trying to cut back on that shit.
One of the things that they stated is the reason that was going to pull them back is because they were going to get rid of tripping, and they were going to start enforcing the tripping and hooking laws that impeded the game. Right. So you don't have guys getting in there and hooking and doing dirty shit to each other that warrants some asshole to jump over the boards and beat the shit out of you. Ideally, because now the refs are policing the game.
Or just going after your top player who can't fucking defend himself.
Someone's trying to goon it up or whatever.
Yeah.
But the whole point to get away from the enforcers was because now after almost 100 years, we're gonna actually start calling. It's over, but when they started making these rule changes, they decided that now they're gonna start calling the rule book the way that they actually wrote it themselves. So it's not like these rules were like us fans, like, hey guys, that's trippy. Like, no, these are your rules. We just want you to call your own rules.
Yeah.
Is that too much to ask for?
Yeah.
And apparently it is.
Again, like I think every 5 years, give or take, in every sport, rules should be looked at. Because again, the game changes. Again, look at hockey over the last 10 years.
Totally
how much the game has changed just in the last 10 years.
Totally different.
Yeah, so the rules need to be looked at. Officiating needs to be looked at. Things need to get changed. Oh, man.
Everything. Yeah.
It is infuriating, though, watching fucking playoff games.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And I think in their backwards minds, they think that once the playoffs roll around, we're going to have old-style hockey, rock 'em, sock 'em. Yay, boys, you got to play. Refs aren't going to call everything. Yeah. But I think they think that helps them. But at the end of the day, it doesn't. It makes fans very angry. And instead of fans getting sitting there and enjoying the game, they're obsessing over the call that wasn't called. And then they are pissed off about the call that was called because the 7 previous to that, which were blatant fucking elbows to the face, none of that shit got called, but then you're calling a fucking dinky little hook. Yeah, and it's and the problem with that,
the fucking stick barely touches them, and
it's going to, and it has decided playoff series and Stanley Cups. And if you want the game to be as fair and balanced as possible, call it from the day one to the time that the Stanley Cup's handed out, and then you're cutting back on things that people can complain about. Yeah. But as soon as you start fucking getting wishy-washy with your own fucking rules, people are like, you know what, fuck you. You know, it pisses people the fuck off, right?
No, it really does.
Yeah. I'm trying to find if there's a stat that links penalties per month.
That'd be cool to look at. And I do agree 100%. Like, start of the year, it's like they're calling every little fucking thing. But my thing is they're calling everything for both teams. again, you get to the playoffs and it's like they don't call anything the entire time. And then it seems like only one team starts getting all the fucking penalties.
Yeah. Because now the refs have decided that now we're calling penalties.
Yeah, and it's usually the team
that you cheer for. Or it always seems like that.
It does, but at the same time, it's like if you watch the game, it's like they're the team that gets all the penalties called on them. They, what am I trying to say here? So they're playing the game fair or whatever, and they're getting like hooked, tripped, fucking elbows to the head, fucking knee on knees, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But then come the third period, and now they're starting to fucking put a little elbow into it.
Yeah, let's play.
Yeah, let's fucking play. This is how you guys want to play? We're going to play the same fucking way.
And the refs are like, fuck no.
And then the refs are like, fuck no. And then they get all the fucking penalties. And then because they're getting all the penalties, now the game has totally changed, and the other team is always up a man, and usually
always seems to fall down that road. I do like the evolution.
Could just be because I'm a Leaf fan, and I feel like this is how it goes
we're the most hard-done fans in the world.
But, like, at the same time,
people hate us.
Watch our fucking games, and you'll see why I'm so mad.
You know the best way to get other fans to dislike you more as a Leaf fan? What? The reason that Leaf fans are so disliked is because other teams want to be us.
Yeah, it is true, though. They do.
Everyone wants to be a fan of the Leafs.
Yeah.
And they can't be because they're born in some shitty place like Winnipeg.
Yeah, it's not my fault.
Or Montreal. Or Ottawa. And they're like,
look at your life choices.
I wish I was part of Toronto because it's such a great place. The people are so nice and modest like we are. Yeah. I just want to be a Leaf fan. And they can't be, so then they get mad at Leaf fans. Like, oh, you guys haven't won in 52 years. I know we haven't. Yeah. But you're still mad at us? Like, you know how much time I spend thinking about the Calgary Flames? None.
Zero.
How much time Calgary Flames spend speaking about the Toronto Maple Leafs?
All the time.
All of it. They spend more of it thinking about the Leafs than they do about their own team.
Yeah.
And that goes to show you why we're the best.
I like that. I'm with you. 100%.
It's just simple math.
It's true.
Again, you just crunch these numbers.
Look at your life choices, people. Look at your life choices.
Pick where you're fucking bored.
You have full, like, you can make whatever decision you want to do, any choices you want. You choose to root for these other fucking stupid teams. Not our fault.
Joke's on you.
Yeah.
I like
Get a life coach.
I like how 1 week of this podcast we're talking about fucking simulation theory and aliens, and then the next week we spend however long just talking about the NHL and the Maple Leafs. I like it.
Me too.
I like it for that very reason. It's fun. The only thing
I've had people, like I told you this on the phone like a couple weeks ago, but I've had people tell me, you guys need like, not like a category, but
a subject.
A subject for the podcast. I'm like, why? Like, it's our fucking podcast. We're going to talk whatever the fuck we want to talk about. But why do I have to limit myself to one subject? Why can't we come in here one day talking about fucking ballerinas, the next day talking about fucking going to Mars?
Good thing you brought that up because next week I did want to talk about ballerinas. So I hope you're going to do your homework this week. I'm kidding.
God damn it, I thought you had something cool about ballerinas.
I have nothing cool about ballerinas to say, but I'm sure I could dig some shit up.
We definitely could.
I've seen the movie Black Swan with Natalie Portman and Mila Kunis. That movie's about ballerinas.
I knew it was about ballerinas.
That's the extent of my knowledge of ballerinas.
About ballerinas, yeah, okay.
So
I have zero, so
yeah, I mean I understand why people say you need subject matter because at times this thing
to say subject matter, yes. But like to have like a set subject for the podcast that like every podcast that's what you're talking about. I think that is fucking horseshit. Like, fuck that.
I tend to agree with you. I'm just playing devil's advocate just because it's something to expand upon. Sure, you're like, fuck this. Yeah. You're like, I don't want to talk.
Shit.
For the guy that just said it's our podcast, we can talk about whatever we want. Somebody doesn't want to talk about this.
I'll talk about it.
No, I understand the reasoning for subject matter because in their defense, I'm sure at times this podcast sounds like we're rambling on about nothing because we probably are.
Again, there's a lot of nonsense that we talk about in this fucking podcast.
So, in order to combat some of the nothingness, we could just be like right off the hop, hey, what do you think about ballerinas? Like, let me tell you something about ballerinas. Those tutus, gotta go. Yeah. I'm sick of seeing tutus. If you're from now on, if you gotta wear a tutu, you're not allowed to wear it around your waist. You have to wear it around your head. Yeah, that's the new rules of ballerinas. Like
yeah, it is.
And I think that's something we could do.
Join the ballerina associate.
I'm sure it's just a membership fee.
Probably. Yeah. Can't be too expensive.
No, who's a ballerina?
Yeah, come on.
They're talented motherfuckers, those guys.
Nah.
I don't know. Oh, fuck. So, based on some we were talking about last week, I was pretty drunk and high. And
speaking of high, had a gummy on Friday.
Perfect. Let's roll with that. That's why you all fucked up on days. Now it makes sense.
No.
You've been high for 3 days.
No. It was just, I didn't actually fully read the package, but I think it was only 5 milligrams in a little fucking.
And you don't do a lot of edibles or smoke a lot of weed?
I used to smoke a lot back in high school.
But tolerances go out the windows. Yeah.
Ages ago.
Like my tolerance for gummies is way, like I smoke a fair bit of weed.
Yeah.
But my tolerance for gummies is like nothing compared to some of my buddies.
See, I prefer the gummy. Like I got asthma. I just don't feel like fucking, I just don't want to smoke.
I don't blame you.
Like just let me fucking a gummy or a fucking brownie.
It's a better way to do it.
I'm like, you get like a nice little body high. Like
it's fun.
Fantastic.
All right, so tell me about your gummy experience.
Oh, so both me and Audrey have one. She ordered them off like government site or whatever.
The government.
Nah. But actually, we were talking. We want to make our own gummies.
I just cut my plants down.
Oh, you did?
They're drying.
Where?
My parents.
Are they away?
No.
They didn't care?
Well, tomorrow.
Brad's fucking out there smoking it all.
Yeah. Ex-cop. The ex-cop had 3 plants of weed in his car on Friday.
Nice.
So we're having work done on the garage tomorrow. So this whole garage is going to be out of commission.
Yeah, because your plan was to put it in here, correct?
It was to dry it in the garage.
Yeah.
So because mine's going to be out of commission for a couple weeks, I called up my mom and I'm like, hey, listen, no big deal.
My plants over.
No. I gave her the option. I said, I have a request. Like, do you mind if I hang up the pot in your garage? Because I don't have the room for it.
Yeah.
And we're getting the work done. She's like, yeah, no problem. She's like, as long as it doesn't affect me parking my car in the garage, I'm perfect. We're good. That was the only stipulation. So it's funny you brought this up, we came up to this. So hang up the pot there on Friday. My mom gets home about 30 minutes, an hour after we get there. And she's like, woo, fucking reeks.
Yeah,
which it does, right? Which it definitely does. Now, she totally, 100%, was totally on board with this weed idea. So yesterday, so this is 24 hours after the weeds. The weed's going to be there for 7 days. Yeah. So this is day 1. Yeah. I get the text. Don't worry, the only rooms that smell like weed are the kitchen, the front hall, the landing outside the garage door, the entire garage, the entire basement. Other than that, we're all good.
So their entire house.
So their entire house fucking... I'm like... So I call her up. I was just fucking laughing. Because she said it as a joke, too. Yeah. So I'm like, how bad is it? She's like, literally the only room that doesn't smell like weed is our bedroom.
That's insane.
And that's just because it's set back off the garage. She's like, the 2 bedrooms upstairs, they fucking reek.
The entire house.
Yeah. So this afternoon, I get another text. Remember the time you asked me if you could hang weed in my garage? And I said no, because it would stink up my entire house and I'll never get the smell out. And you said, please, Mom. and then you hung it in my garage behind my back and ran away to Ottawa so I couldn't find you.
Oh my God. I fucking love your mom.
Yeah. I'm like, fucking perfect. Hilarious. God. I'm sure I'm going to get one tomorrow as well.
Yeah, you'll get one for the next 6 days. Yeah. Well, I guess what? Today's technically day 1 or day 2?
Day 2. I would say day 2.
So you got fucking 5 more days. Text messages.
Exactly, yeah. So it's pretty funny. Awesome. So anyway, moral of the story is I can probably give you guys a shitload of weed to make the weed potions out of. If she knows how to make the potions to make edibles. Yeah.
Although chemistry was my favorite,
science?
Probably favorite class, other than photography in high school.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. Also like the teacher though.
Were you attracted to?
A little bit.
Don't say her name.
I definitely won't. Definitely won't.
Was she 60?
Actually, I couldn't even remember. I don't even remember.
Was she in her 70s? Be honest.
No.
Did you like her because her teeth could come out?
That's the true definition of a gummer.
I never took chemistry in high school.
See,
what did you like? I just did the grade 9 science.
I don't know. I liked all the experiments and shit, but it was the one thing that kind of, I guess, just clicked with me.
You were just good at it.
Oh, I wouldn't say good. I took college chemistry.
Yeah. So?
Not that in depth.
Yeah, but still. Don't disparage yourself.
I did like it. I don't think I did fucking amazing in it, but I did like it.
You actually paid attention.
Yeah, I went to class. But
that's the number one thing about it.
Helps when
you
have other motives to go to class.
Like the teachers were giving you gummers after class.
Because, let's be honest, I barely went to class in high school. Yeah. I honestly don't know how I made it out of high school. I used to leave regular science class in grade 9 and 10. Maybe it was 10. So do you remember the science classrooms? They were built in big desks and the back row was always close to the door. or I guess the classrooms had 2 doors, one at the front, one at the back. I used to always sit at the back, and when the teacher would turn their back, I would fucking duck out of the class, out the door.
Just gone.
I'd be there for attendance. 15 minutes later, teacher turned their back. I'm up. They definitely knew I'd left.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God, deuces, I don't want to
But
be here.
they gotta figure, okay, is this guy that clearly doesn't want to be sitting in my class worth worrying about for the other 29 people that stayed?
Yeah, exactly.
The answer is no.
Definitely not.
So
I was fine. I was fine. Don't worry about me.
You weren't missed.
Yeah. But I remember, I guess it would have been grade 10 science. Yeah, because I was hanging out with Kirk, Chad, somebody else was
Doesn't matter.
Anyways, Kirk goes, I wonder what will happen if we plug in this light, like a Christmas light, into the socket. Like,
was it hooked up properly?
No, it was like the Christmas light and like, I guess the positive and negative.
Had it been taken apart?
Yeah, like we were like using them for like smaller experiments in class. And Kirk thought it was a fucking good idea to stick it in the outlet. This thing full out just bang!
Yeah.
It was the end of class. Like,
yeah. Probably a big spark and
fucking
shit.
teacher's like, what the heck was that? And we're just laughing. Like,
yeah, I wonder who did it. It's the guys that are on the floor crying from laughter. I did construction tech. This reminded me of it. And this fucking dude, he cut an extension cord in half, and he took the I think we're good. Yeah. He took the white wire and the black wire, and he tied he fucking soldered 2 nails to it and then taped it together. So he thought he was making like a homemade cattle prod. I walked by as he's making this thing, and he's like about to plug it in and start testing it on human subjects, like a fucking Nazi doctor. So he's fucking got this thing, and I'm not an electrician at this point, but I know that this is fucking dangerous. It's
not a good idea.
Terrible fucking idea, but hilarious to look at. So I'm walking by, and I just started laughing. And I'm like, are you out of your mind? Teacher's like 3 feet behind me. He comes fucking strolling up and fucking sees it. I think the dude was like, they were talking about suspending him. He got kicked out for the rest of class. He got in serious fucking shit.
That's hilarious.
Because this is the thing that you don't understand when you're fucking 17 years old in construction tech, is things that you do have ramifications. Like if you fucking buzz the kid that's got a pacemaker you don't know about, he dies.
Yeah, and he might not make it out.
You thought it was a funny fucking joke, which it was.
Put his fucking heart back on the pace, but that's slim to none chances
when
that's the actual
when your teacher is a fucking licensed millwright and has been teaching these things, he understands the trades in real life scenarios. Yeah. So naturally, he's going to see that and go, funny. You guys are so dumb. Didn't
we have to like evacuate one more? Like it was.
We missed school for a whole day.
9 o'clock because somebody like blew up a car battery or something.
The battery exploded on its own. I think it was before school had even started.
I remember we got there and then like
they're like, no.
We were like, what time did school start? Like 8.
I don't know. And
it was like literally like first period's almost over, and they're like, nah, everybody go home. We need to evacuate. It's like, hey, dude, I was already planning on going home.
Yeah, yeah, I think a car battery exploded.
Yeah, it was something along.
And I knowing batteries, like there's a lot. I think it's like it's one of the, what's the fucking bad acid that comes when you think of like acid that corrodes your skin? Oh.
Acid?
No, it's got the fucking name.
LSD.
Anyway, it's bad. Yeah, LSD. That shit melts your fucking skin.
Yeah. Well, yeah, at least you think your skin's melting. I have no idea. Just fucking acid.
There's the wet batteries. It's the most common one. It doesn't matter. Anyway, it's fucking corrosive and dangerous. Yeah. And one of those things went off like a fucking hand grenade. You're not supposed to be near those when they go off, I guess. Anyway, we got a free day of school out of it.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah. Now we're fucking on to high school stories. Jesus Christ. Where are we in this world? Is it Sunday? Have I been driving for fucking 8 of the last 24 hours? Thank God. I was thinking about, I've had this thought too, because we were talking about some fucking rather nonsensory shit last week, which I thought was fun.
I loved talking about it.
I thought it was a lot of fun too.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it. But we were talking about like whether like aliens could have made us and shit like that. And I was thinking this is gonna sound very fucking dumb as well. But we made fucking dogs easily. Yep. We made fucking... Someone's listening to this and smashing their head into a fucking mirror.
We're back on this topic.
Listen to these fucking jagaloons. Yeah, but we made dogs easily. Yeah. And that was when we were cave people.
Yeah.
We let wolves hang around that were nice. Yeah. And the ones that were bad, we fucking killed.
Yeah.
And then the ones that were nice bred with other nice wolves. And then they kept fucking... Nice. And they all became fucking nice. And then we're like, I wonder if this wolf could dig a hole and eat a rat. So then we made a terrier. And then we made a fucking thing that could catch ducks after we blew them out of the sky. And then we made a retriever fucking jumps in the water. He's like, I love to swim. I'm like, perfect. That's why we made you. We made you specifically for the pure reason of you're going to do a task.
Yeah.
So why couldn't we have been made to perform said task?
We just haven't completed our task yet.
Or maybe we have, and that's to get very fat and...
No. I think they put it, like, if that is true, I would imagine they put us here to find, so again, what was the element 115, right? So maybe they're trying to see if element 115's here, and they're like, oh, we're going to fucking put a bunch of humans down here and let them fucking do their thing, let alone did they think that we were going to just fucking fight each other.
And then they just turned it into a fucking gladiator match. Like, this is
maybe
cool.
They're broadcasting this
throughout the universe. Live from planet Earth. It's Saturday night. Just fucking going to town on it.
Yeah.
We're pretty fucking interesting.
We are.
Not you and I specifically, but us as a species.
No. Yeah.
Someone following me, I know that, but someone following me around on a day-to-day basis, like, God, could it get more boring? And the answer is yes, and it does.
Definitely. Check out my weekend this past weekend. Did absolutely nothing.
So we never finished this fucking... We have fucking 100% ADD. From now on, I'm going to start writing down my question and then seeing how long we can talk for and then fucking get back to it. How was that edible? Question? How was the edible? We never even fucking... we got fucking talking about other shit.
Fucking, it was great.
Because I like when you do drugs.
Yeah.
Because you generally don't do drugs in our friend group.
No.
But you're great about...
like the last one.
I'm
also, a good shaman.
As a friend, I've said this to you many times, but I'm going to say it again. I thank you for being such a cool sport about drugs, because I think there's a lot of people out there be like, they're doing drugs, you know? But
I used to smoke blunts all the time in fucking high school.
That's probably why you have asthma.
Like, no, I had asthma like day one.
Out of the gate?
Yeah, out of the gate. Like,
really, yeah?
Yeah.
Fuck. So, you popped the edible. What were you guys doing?
We were just like playing games and just like chilling.
Audrey games?
Oh, yeah.
Sweet.
She just built a PC.
No way.
Yeah. Actually, she's waiting on one part. It was broken, so we had to send it.
She loves you so much. She's like, I'm going to fucking build a computer to interact with him more often.
She fucking sometimes games more than I do.
Really?
Yeah.
What's her game of choice?
Dead by Daylight. It's like...
you got to hit me with a whole synopsis
so
on that.
There's 4 people and a killer. And there's a whole bunch of different killers, a whole bunch of different people.
Interactive or just computer-based? Like the
No, it's like other like people. It's all multiplayer. And like, so those 4 people have to like get these 5 generators, and I think there's 7 on a map. So you got to get 5 generators up and running. It takes some fucking time. But like the killer goes around and can like fucking stalk you, kill you, like Michael Myers, Freddy.
Oh, nice.
There's like all these different fucking killers, and they all do different fucking things. And so like you got to work as a team, but you can't talk to everybody. Like in game, there's no in-game chat. Like, so you can't like talk to like the other 4 dudes unless you're in like a party or something.
So if you're just raw dogging with strangers.
Yeah, a lot of the time.
You're not chit-chatting.
Yeah, a lot of the times you're just trying to like work off other people, trying to
get their general gist.
Yeah, so it's pretty fucking cool. It's fucking fun. I play it every once in a while. We played it today. But yeah, so we were just playing games, and like there's a new game called Among Us. Mm-hmm. And it's like a group of 10. Like there's 10 people in a lobby. You're on like this small map. So like one, I think it's like a spaceship. And each player, so 2 out of the 10 are imposters. So they're like killers. So they go around trying to kill everybody and try to get away with it.
It was like secret handshake.
And then there's the other 8 people are trying to do these tasks and complete the tasks before everybody's dead. But you can like, if somebody dies and you find a dead body, you can report it and you can all talk about it. So you can be like, oh, like, where was this person? Where was that person? Where, like, what were you doing? And then you kind of like try to rule.
Then you have like a kangaroo court of like, who was the killer? It's like, it wasn't me, I swear. And then you push the eject button, he gets launched.
Yeah, and then so like everybody can like vote and be like, oh no, it was green. Oh no, it was blue. And then like everybody fucking votes.
And then
it's like, it wasn't them. And then like,
oh fuck.
So like the killers have to go till there's like one person left that's not an imposter. I think that's what it is.
No shit.
So if they can kill fucking 7 people, they win.
What's the graphics like on these games? Are they like RPGs?
That
like
one's
pretty
kind
basic?
of, yeah, that one's pretty basic. You can play it on your phone.
I don't think they need to be crazy.
No, you can play that one on your phone. You can play it on a PC. Like, it's a lot of fun. We were playing that for a little bit. I just bought this new game called Squad. and it's a 50 versus 50.
My brother-in-law plays
fucking
that game.
lobby. Fucking pretty intense.
Yeah.
But I'm a guy that's like, give me a fucking sniper. Like when it comes to these types of games.
You want to snipe?
Yeah, I'm like, give me a sniper rifle and just tell me where you guys are going and I'll try to set myself up and protect you guys. I'm more into that. Like, even if I can't get the sniper rifle, because in each squad, you can only have one marksman.
Okay.
But, like, if I can't get a marksman, I'm like a medic with a fucking ACOG. And again, like, I'm trying to lay cover fire.
And then you're running up with motherfucker. You're not into the whole infantry first-hand combat.
And I would say it's tough in that game because, again, like, the maps are fucking massive. You can literally spend... Games are like... They have a 2-hour timer.
Yeah.
For one game.
I discovered this game fucking 3-4 years ago on YouTube, and I was obsessed with watching it on YouTube. It's only a PC game, right?
Yeah.
So because I don't have a PC and I haven't gamed so.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, my gaming's gone way down.
Yeah.
But I still like it, and I think some of the games they come out with are fucking cool. And I found the squad. I found myself watching like 30-minute long videos of like some fucking
full blown battle.
But they were only showing me a fucking battle that was like 15 minutes long. Yeah. The first 15 minutes were them getting in position. Half the time you can't even see it seems pretty fucking realistic. It's pretty cool.
It's cool. So like,
it's really cool. I think.
Audrey's like, oh, it's so boring, and like, hey, like I just got the game and I'm still trying to like figure everything out. Like today I played like one match, and even then I didn't play the whole thing. Like I probably played like an hour and a half, and then we had dinner, and I just fucking left like my game running. I'm gonna go eat dinner.
You just left it running?
I just left. I had like 4 bullets left. I was a sniper. I was up on a mountain, just chilling. Like I really wish I saw like the scoreboard at the end because I was picking guys off.
Oh, you were nailing it.
Yeah, so it's really cool though because like when you're in your squad, but like if you're not a squad leader, you can only talk to your squad or surrounding people around you.
How big are the teams?
50 players aside. But yeah, so like if there's other members like on your 50-member team running by, you can talk to them, whatever. But if you go down, you have a bleed out limit. So a timer, and when the timer goes, you're fucking dead, and it takes away what's called a ticket. Okay. So each team has like 700 tickets.
Can you respawn once you die?
Yeah.
Okay.
But again, like people can pick you up. If you bleed out or you give up, it counts as a death. But there's medics, there's other people around you that can fucking bandage you up, fucking revive you pretty much, and you can continue on your way. But it's fucking crazy. I was playing last night, and we did one. And there's guys that'll just run a like transport helicopter the entire time. Like they sit in a helicopter going back from main base to like FOBs, which are like little hubs, and they just run people, run materials.
So there's guys that their jobs is flying fucking helicopters,
just to fly a helicopter
and
for
just
2
transport
hours.
people.
Yeah, in like materials and stuff.
See, shit like that to some people sounds dumb as fuck. I love that stuff.
It's fun. Like it's actually fucking. There's guys that drive trucks again.
I didn't even know that. I didn't know that game was that into because I just saw like these little battles on YouTube and shit like that. My brother-in-law plays it quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, do you like it? He's like, yeah, it's pretty fun. I've watched him play a little bit.
Yeah.
But it like really gets into the monotony of like, okay, we need someone to like drive ammo back and forth. We need someone to just fly this helicopter, person to person materials. Yeah. And they're not even fucking killing motherfuckers.
So it's really cool. So at the start of the game, like you can either join a squad if it gets created, or you can create your own. But like you'll see some teams that it's like a team of 2, and their squad name is Heli. That's all they're doing. They're just running the helicopter back and forth. Or there's guys
That's hilarious.
And like so like there's a team commander, which is like for the whole 50 people. But then there's also squad leaders, so there could be 6 squads. Each squad has a leader. The leader can talk to all the other squad leaders, and it's like, squad 1, we need you to go fucking here. Squad 2, you gotta stay here, like just in case they fucking come back. We had a fucking heli guy go, we're gonna drop you guys off like on the border of the map. You guys will have to trek it through the woods a little bit, but you'll flank like the position that we were trying to take, or like it was like a gas station we had to take. And so he flew us like super low to the ground. Like he's like
Vietnam.
I hope we don't crash.
You can hear Fortunate Son playing in the background.
Yeah, there's guys that'll do that. They're like, oh, hey guys, what do you guys want to listen to? And like be like rock, and then like the guy will start playing fucking music, and it sounds like it's coming through the radio and shit. It's fucking cool.
I am very excited hearing this.
And so like the guy dropped us off, and they're like, hey guys, like take it slow, methodically. Like once we get there, don't attack yet. because we're going to wait for squad 6 to come in from the north, and then we'll go. And then, like, you're just, like, waiting in the woods. And the next thing you know, it's like, okay, they're here. Let's go. And you fucking go in and just take over.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's fucking cool. But, like, again, like, I'm a guy that, like, not really a lone wolf, but, like, at the same time, like, I'd rather play support, especially in, like, big maps like that, because I get pissed off at, like, getting sniped over and over, trying to, like, cut through a field. I'd rather be like, okay, guys, start making your way through the field, and I'll try to, like,
I'll just be hanging back here.
And I'll try to find the fucking sniper or pick off the guys that are shooting at them.
Now, just from me watching those games, I found it hard. I mean, obviously watching them when you're not playing the game, you're not tuned into what looks like a person and shit like that.
Yeah.
But I found playing Battlefield 5 was fun.
It's very similar.
Or Battlefield 1 with the World War I game.
Yeah.
Big game. And also, I'm saying realistic. These are fucking war simulator. I'm not saying that they're very similar, realistic. But I found it hard to distinguish who was an enemy and who was a person, because it's like the distances seem pretty real.
Yeah.
And you can get the drop on a motherfucker and he never even sees you. Yeah. And, like, the bullets don't crack until after you're laying on the ground. You're like, oh, I guess I'm dead now.
Dude,
like, you can never see someone and you're dead, and that's how it would play out in real life.
Like,
Call of Duty, you're always seeing people.
It's all close quarter. Like, there's no real.
Is there any, like, I know you just started this game, but how
do you distinguish?
Do you get into close quarter combat, or
is it 100%? Yeah.
Can,
so, like, so there's a map called Fallujah, which is a
city. Yeah,
which
in
is
Iraq.
A city. Yeah. Big fucking battles happen there and everything. So there's a map, and again, like, you go into a city. If you're in the city, you're fighting through buildings, like, block to block. Like, it's fucking cool.
So how do you win?
So you either, like, each team has a set amount of tickets, so, like, 700. So if a vehicle gets blown up, that's, like, minus 10 tickets. If you take over a city, that's, like, minus 100 tickets, like, for the other team. Mm-hmm. And, like, every time somebody actually dies, like, whether they don't get revived or they give up, that's 1 ticket. So, like, you want it, like, sometimes your bleed out limit is, like, 300 seconds. If you got guys around you, you're waiting till somebody picks you up, or sometimes
you just be like, I'll give up and jump back in.
I've had guys be like, we got no bandages, we can't get you up, like, just respawn. It's like, okay, respawning. Or again, like, me being, like, kind of on my own sometimes sniping. If I die, ain't nobody around me, and it's hard to tell.
Yeah, you're done. Yeah.
But you got a map, and you can, like, give, like, exact, like, coordinates where you are, but it's like, I'm so
no
far
one's
out
running
of the way.
back 7 miles, which would probably take 3 minutes in game time, maybe longer.
But to go over, like, what you were saying with, like, sound and, like, when you're getting shot at. So I was sniping kids today 500 meters out. Like, that's what I had my...
Were you adjusting, like, for bullet drop and shit?
So I had it adjusted for 500 meters. So they're probably not hearing my shot. All they're hearing is the bullet either crash past their head or, like, hit at their feet. Or just dead.
Just done.
Yeah. Got you in the head.
Do you have to account for wind? I know, like, we're getting into pretty... just for wind, distance and bullet drop.
Bullet drop, and then, like, you got to lead. So, like, if they're running, you'll have to lead in front of them a little bit.
Like, half a second.
Time it, And
that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like, I'm really enjoying it.
It sounds like you could just black out and be like, I've been on this computer for 12 straight hours. I've only played 3 games.
Yeah, I've only been on 3 maps. Like, again, like, a game can last up to 2 hours.
All right, so you were saying you lose points for giving up a city. When you start a map, like, let's say Fallujah, do you have certain territory that's already held by your people, or do you have to claim territory?
So there's different game modes. So there's ones where, like, both teams are just kind of, like, fighting for the whole kind of, like, control of the map. So both teams start out with nothing. You can see, like, little cities, towns, like, kind of like landmarks that you have to take, and those will get you extra points. So you want to kind of follow those, but at the same time, neither team has any control over the map. We're both starting with 0. And you kind of meet in the middle and then go from there.
So you have to establish.
But, like, again, like, other guys can take the helicopter on the edge of the map, and by the time you get to, like, the other team's side, they're gone, and you can start taking their point.
Got it.
And then you can start flanking them.
Because they're not there anymore.
Yeah,
they just want to establish extra points to move on.
Exactly. So, like, or there's other times...
So you have to claim the territory in that sort of instance.
Sometimes, yeah. And then other times there's, like, where... I think it's called, like, Insurgent. And, like, one team has pretty much all the spots on the map. The other team, like, it could be like Middle Eastern versus fucking US, or can be like Insurgent versus Canada, or British. Like, they have like every fucking people, or Russia versus fucking Canada.
IRA versus the British Army.
It just changes like each map. But like, we'll say like Russia has all the territory, Canada's got to take it all over. So you're starting, like, Canada starts from their main base, and you got to take over city 1 and then city 2, and then you just got to move through the map and take it all.
I like it.
It's pretty fucking fun. But again, like, Audrey was watching me play last night. She's like, this is so fucking boring.
Yeah, and also she's like, high. So she's like, please.
This was before.
Oh, it was before you guys even got stoned.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, it is. But like, at the same time, like, when you get into fights, like, the fights can last like an hour, and you're just fucking battling. There could be like 3 squads versus 3 squads.
Okay, so this was what I was going to ask you. So once this shit actually kicks off, is it over in like 30 seconds, like a team deathmatch and thing?
No.
Or like, does it last a long time, the actual battles?
Like, so the guy I was playing with, one of my buddies, online buddies, he lives in Florida. He was in like squad 7.
It's pronounced Flow Rida.
He was at squad 7, and he was squad leader. I ended up joining late, so I was in a different squad. But like, his entire thing was to take over this one little like town, and then they were told to hold it so that like the enemy troops didn't take it back over while we were trying to do other shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, dude.
Just getting bombarded.
Yeah, and again, like, you go through times like, so when I joined, they were taking over the territory, so it was a big fight. They took it over, but they're still fighting. Like, enemies are still coming at them because they probably have a hub close by that they can spawn at, and then they're coming.
Just
and
constant
then, like,
waves.
Even though you took over the city, you then have to send out a squad to go take out the hub, or else they're going to keep spawning, and then it's a never-ending battle.
Which sounds fun, but also like
exhausting. And then again, they took it. Like, I found the hub, and I'm like, guys, the hub's here. I was literally laying down in a bush, watching this guy like dig out their hub with a shovel. That's how you fucking build and take down shit. And I'm like, he's laying on the hub. I'm like, I got your 6. Like, as long as you can watch in front of you, you're good.
I'll watch the one guy that's just digging a hole.
And this guy came up over the hill.
I love the roles in this game. I'm sorry, I gotta interrupt. But fucking, like, there's a Humvee driver, there's a fucking helicopter pilot, there's a dude that just, his job is to dig a fucking hole.
No, he's got a rifle and shit.
No, I know, but you know what I mean? But like, he's like, hey, hang back. I'll just spend the next 15 minutes of my entire life, my real life left on this planet, is just to fucking dig a hole.
Yeah.
I respect it. Like, I'm not judging.
The guy fucking,
but that's fucking crazy.
He ended up dying, and I'm like, I was calling for backup. I'm like, guys, like, I have the hub. Giving them like exact coordinates of where I am and where the hub is, and I was like on top of it. I'm like, I'm only going to be able to sit here so long and kill so many people.
Otherwise, I'm fucked.
And then they're going to start to realize where I am, and I can't move because I don't know who's coming from behind me. I don't know when they're spawning. Like, I have no idea. This guy came up over the hill, killed him, and I killed him like after he died because I couldn't see him. He came up over the hill, and where the hub was, he had sight on my guy before I did. I'm like, dude, that's like right in fucking front of you.
I love the
you
detail.
gotta kind of fend for yourself a little bit.
Yeah, figure that shit out, bro.
But like, they would spawn, and he was laying down, and he was on the other side of a door, which is where they come out of the spawn. And I'm like, if they come out of the spawn, I'm cracking these kids in the head, and they're not getting out of here. But if they go out a different way, or they start coming from a different angle, you're fucking dead.
Do you have a finite amount of resources in this game? Because when you said you left, dude, you had 4 bullets left. Yeah. So how do you get resupplied? So you said somebody was out of bandages one time?
So there's medics. Riflemen have like ammo packs that they can drop and you can resupply.
But let's say you've left your fucking forward operating base, because I know what the term means, because I'm a fucking asshole. Yeah. I just really wanted to say it like that. Yo, you know the FOB, the forward operating base? Yes. Let's say you leave there. You're trying to find like the next territory to take over. How far in game could you be from that resupply point? Like how many
far away?
Like how many minutes would it take you? Like if you're just like jogging.
Like, I was too far to even think about coming back. And
like,
so,
are we talking like?
Like it probably would have taken me like 5 minutes to get back there.
5 straight minutes of just walking back or running back.
Running back, yeah. And like your guy has stamina, so he runs.
Of course,
out.
Yeah.
You can still like kind of keep a light jog, like it's a little faster than a walk.
But it's just doing that for 5 minutes.
When your stamina goes under half
Start losing health?
No. Your weapon sway is pretty crazy.
Oh,
and so like if a guy fucking comes at you,
you're tired.
You're like, hoping you fucking catch him with a bullet.
No shit.
Yeah, so like it gets tough. Like
seems like they got most of their bases covered when it came to like, okay, how do we make a pretty realistic?
But to say like, I know what you're like kind of going at. Like, so the reason you have guys just run helicopter, just run trucks
for that reason.
The fob that I was spawning at, which was like literally in the city that we had to control, ran out of ammo. So I died in like another mountain. We're maybe an hour into the game, and I just died.
Oh my god!
And I'm like, so I respawn. I think I had 4 full mags and like a half mag left, and so I spawn back, and there's no ammo. So I can't resupply my ammo or anything, or my med kits, and I'm going back out there. And then next thing I know, I was fighting a squad. They had no idea where I was, but I'm
just ding,
knocking them out like ding every time. They would throw smoke, revive a couple, try to push again. I'm shooting them in the head. And again, like, or just shooting and they'd get suppressed and lay down. They're not doing anything. At least that's one squad my team doesn't have to worry about. But I'm in the middle of fucking nowhere, and now I got 4 bullets left. I had no idea. I knew I had a yellow mag, which could mean I had 9 bullets left, or I had like 6.
You can't even like check.
Yeah, you don't check. As soon as you take...
you're in this range.
Full mags are white. As soon as you take a shot, they go yellow. Oranges, I believe you're under half. And then they go fucking gray and you're...
What's your sniper mag? 12?
10. Yeah. No.
You're fucked.
Yeah. And I'm like...
you've popped a few caps.
And we had dinner early, so Audrey's mom's like, dinner's ready. I'm like, I'm trying to fucking kill these guys.
Yeah.
I'm like, looked at my ammo. I'm like, probably got like 4 rounds.
You should have taken one of those bullets and put it through your own brain. I know, but would that be a fun option? Be like, I'm out of ammo. Boom.
It's so cool because... So I knew they were flanking from the north. They ended up going all the way around the map. And like they had like squads trying to come at us from like behind and flank us. And I was spotting them, calling it out to my squad leader, being like, yo, you got to call this in. Like whether we do something as a squad or you tell somebody else.
Yeah.
But you got to figure it out because they're fucking coming. And I ended up dying there again. So second death, going back, couldn't resupply. But I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to go far. I'm going to go north and try to like catch them coming in and kill that squad. And so I'm crawling because I was getting shot at. And I got my own guys, but not my own squad, just other guys on my team, on the Canadian Forces or whatever. They're coming up behind me. They're like, Cakes, there's 2 guys over that hill. I'm like, perfect. Pull my marksman rifle away because single shot, I think it's like a 6-time scope. That ain't good at close range. Grab my pistol. This guy pops up over the hill. My guys are just lighting this guy up. I'm like, bah, 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 with my pistol. Oh, man. Dude, it's so much fun. Looking back, I should have asked for ammo because I knew I was. But
how many different fucking roles can you do in this game? So there's a helicopter pilot. There's a fucking truck driver. There's obviously infantry. There's medics. There's snipers.
So you have medic. You have crewmen.
Like who signs up to be a crewman? Like who has that boring of a life?
So
to be a crewman, so you could be a tanker.
To be a crewman, you have to be a crewman to run a tank, or like the second gunner in a tank. If you're not a crewman, all you're doing, like there's some tanks that have extra seats.
You're riding shotgun,
sitting in an extra seat.
Like this is fun.
Yeah, so you got to be a crewman to run like a gun on a tank.
Okay.
So if that's what you want to do, that's what you do.
But if you don't have a seat, then you're fucking flying the helicopter.
I forget what it is. I forget what like group it is. But if you're a crewman, your gun, and for those that don't know, your only gun is a Scorpion, which is a super small SMG.
Yeah.
You're not doing any damage from long range.
It's in case your tank gets like it's your last stand.
Your last stand, and you better hope they're fucking close.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
and again, save the last bullet for yourself because
it's
over.
No chance.
Yeah. If you have to use that,
or you're getting beheaded.
Yeah, it's over.
You can't do that.
Bye.
But yeah, man, it's crazy. And then they have rifleman, which is just like an infantry dude. He's got ammo. You can actually go in unarmed.
Good call. Why? As like a journalist, like someone was like, I believe in the freedom of the press.
No fucking clue, but that is an option.
Oh my god.
It is an option. And then what else is there? So you have marksman, you have heavy or assault rifleman or whatever. So that's like your LMG guys. You have heavy anti-tank, light anti-tank. And I believe you pretty much cover every basis.
I find this fucking fascinating.
And again, like each squad.
Endlessly fascinating.
Each squad, like, you can only have a certain amount of people you can only have 2 medics in a squad. And like, you can only have one.
How big are your squads?
Maximum of 9.
And within that squad,
you can have
could you have 7 riflemen?
Yeah, you could fill them all. You could have 9 riflemen.
Who gets to pick? Your squad leader?
Well, yeah, he'll be like, yo, can we get a medic?
You're like, all right, I'll join your squad.
Fuck it, as long as I'm... Because again, like, you can have one medic that has the ACOG, and then you have another medic that maybe has a red dot, if not iron sight.
Oh, yikes.
Definitely not being that medic.
No, because that medic's gonna die.
That medic's either gonna die, or you're literally sitting back just, like, kind of watching it, trying to heal when you can.
Mm-hmm.
But...
that's fucking fun.
Dude, it's actually pretty fun. But again, I wish there was game modes that weren't 2 hours long. And maybe a little close quarters, like instead of like being like full map and like almost like a country that you got to take over, or like province type thing. I wish it was more like maybe there's like 2 cities or like 2
cities on 2 hilltops and there's a no man's land in between.
Yeah,
like more more clear as to what you need to accomplish.
Even like so like maybe there's like you got a gas station which is the closest. So let's say you're going against Russia. And Canada's on the left side.
Sure.
Russia's on the right. Well, moving in, there's fucking Timbuktu, which is a town. But then in front of, like, going closer to the Canada base, there's a checkpoint that's like gas station. Well, as the Canadian forces, you got to take over gas station before you can get to the town. But it's like such a small space that it's like
it's always
like one battle, and it's always like fucking in your face. Like, I wish they would go that route as well, instead of like, I know because they have like tanks and everything, they're trying to keep a big map.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And also, I'm sure if they wanted to just do a regular team deathmatch, they would have been like, well, we're not Call of Duty. Yeah. What we're selling like more realism. We're selling longer gameplay.
I wish there was like still like long gameplay. Like you could have the matches be an hour long but it's more so like,
you don't have to walk 84 minutes of your 2 hours gameplay.
Yeah, so you don't really need a fucking helicopter, dude, but you still could have like tanks and whatever. The city could still be somewhat big.
Mm-hmm.
But again, because you got 50 versus 50, it's going to be an endless battle. But it's going to be constant battle.
Constant action.
I just wish it was
that'll come down to the team that can manage their resources the best. Because at that point, now you need to get logistics involved, right? So you need to make sure that you're having bullets coming in.
Tactics, like...
Yeah, exactly.
Send squad 4 and 5. You guys are flanking. I don't care if you go on foot. I don't care if you take a vehicle. You got to figure out your way to get behind these guys and then come at them. Or squad 3, your entire thing is to get in there and find out where the fob is.
Find out where they keep their women.
So they can't respawn in there, right? And then you're digging it out.
Where the white women at? Yeah. You know, the game should be find the nearest brothel. And whoever controls the brothel wins. I love that.
It's fucking cool, though. Anyways, to go back off the...
Oh, yeah, so we still fucking...
So we're...
The most boring edible story ever. Yeah. It's like, so I played some video games, and then...
I was talking about that ghost hunting one. We played that for a little bit. I can only play so much of that game. Like, so me and Audrey's brother were playing.
How did you find it high? As fun or more fun?
I wasn't high yet. This was just after we had the edible. So give me an hour.
Yeah.
So we're playing, and like, dude, this was the most I've seen like the ghost appear at like one playing session. We're fucking, me and Derek are like in the rooms, like we found the room out. Next thing we know, this thing is hunting us, so it's gonna kill us if we don't hide. I walk through the doorway and I walk through this thing, and you see it clear as day. This thing is, I'm trying to think of kill. The dude, he looks like a butcher.
Like Jason almost? Jason's a big mother.
Big motherfucker, but he's like more like he just came from his butcher shop. He's got a fucking like hatchet, or not a hatchet, like a fucking big old mallet. What the fuck am I thinking of?
Oh, I know you're thinking of a fucking
cleaver. Fucking cleaver. Yeah. He's got a cleaver in his hand. Dude,
welcome back to science, bruh.
I walked right through this motherfucker. Dude, it was the scariest fucking thing. Next thing we know, we're in a different house because we fucking finished that one. Different house. And this fucking chick is just standing in the doorway. Dude, it's the scariest fucking thing. It's just like, it's like,
bang,
boom, there she is. And it's like, I'm fucking out of here. Or it's like some maps you can find Ouija boards. You can put them on the floor, ask questions.
You're not supposed to play those games.
Put it on the floor and you ask questions. Like, we're like, where are you? And it's like GARAGE. So you find out on the garage. I'm not going there.
Thanks for spelling that out for me. I'm like grade school.
Oh man.
I didn't know that's how you spell grade
school. Dude,
it's
and like I said this like last week or 2 weeks ago. You have a thing called a fucking spirit box and it's like radio. That shit, I fucking hate that thing. You're like asking it questions and it usually only answers you with no lights on in the house. You can have your flashlight on, that's fine. Yeah. And like you're the only one in the room. And usually you'll get it. Like if that's one of their things, it'll come through. Dude, it's the creepiest thing because you'll be asking questions. You ask one more. And it seems to be like the last one before you like give up. And it's like, yes, or adult. And it's like, fucking hell.
When really? Will I know if I'm transgender? Adult.
Oh man, like it's so fucked.
Oh fuck.
It's a fun game, but like again, I don't do good with scary shit.
Creepy fucking stuff.
Yeah, so but like we're sitting there and Audrey's like, how do you feel? I'm like, I feel fine. Audrey's like, I'm like, how do you feel? She's like, I feel it in the back of my neck.
Specifically.
Yeah.
Was that because your dick was in there?
Not at that time.
That came later.
And then like it was like I felt like it was like right after she asked me that. I'm like,
now I feel it. Now that you mention it.
Yeah, now that you say something.
Maybe I do feel it.
Yeah, now that you say something. Man, I find something like when I'm on it, I feel like time goes by so fast. And like I feel like somebody says something to me and I feel like I take
7 minutes to go by.
Yeah, like before I answer.
Yeah.
And it's like, should I answer?
And you
like,
just answered regularly.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like, fuck, I sound like an idiot.
I love it. It makes you so fucking introspective.
And paranoid. Like, it's fucking. I do kind of like I do.
It's not bad,
but not enough to do it like all the time. Like,
no.
Every once in a while, I don't mind. Like
you do definitely get used to it.
Again, like,
but then also sometimes it fucking surprises you.
I had to be in the right mood and like environment. Like when I'm with you guys, like it's like yeah, sure. For like me and Audrey, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Setting with everything.
I'm just fucking out and about.
Dude, the most.
I'm not gonna be paranoid while I'm fucking.
I had the two worst edible experience I had were both at a bar out, and I took something that I didn't think was gonna be as strong as it was. So I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fine, and then it fucking came on as they always do. It's like the fucking classic story. Birthday? That was one of them. The other one was at a Movember fundraiser, and I only know
your stash out.
Yeah.
By the way, Chris can't grow facial hair.
No, I cannot. Thanks, man.
No, don't worry. I can grow it for the both of us.
They didn't know that. Why'd you have to fucking bring that up?
Sorry. Chris can grow a majestic beard.
They were picturing me with facial hair.
Yo, hang on. Did you know there's a fucking phobia for beards?
Yeah, I have one. That's why I don't grow them on my face.
I had no idea. It's like called like
Let me Google it. I'm sure it's a fucking...
No, I couldn't even pronounce... I was trying to pronounce it in my head because I was going to do it.
Beard phobia. Yeah. Oh, homophobia. Pogonophobia.
Yeah, I was...
Pogonophobia.
I was having a tough time trying to pronounce that in my head.
In many cases, it's the fact that the beard can hide the facial expression of the wearer that is problematic for the phobia sufferer.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Get over
that person's been abused so much.
Find a
They're
life
like,
coach.
I need to see every single movement of your face in order to distinguish if you're a real person.
Find a life coach.
Fucking dirtbag.
There's other things you should be scared about. Not fucking Santa's beard.
So I took...
Maybe Santa fucking diddled them back in the day.
You were diddled by Santa? Is that what you're admitting to right now?
On the podcast. I was diddled by Santa.
By the way, I was molested by Santa Claus, and he was weirdly gentle.
Real. He is real.
Santa's real. You know how I know?
He touched me.
He's like, you want to see your reindeer? I'm like, boy, do I. I took this fucking edible at a Movember fundraiser.
Yeah.
I knew one other person there.
Oh,
it was all people in their 60s. And I knew the person that was hosting it, his brother. And I was there with a work colleague. So I'm not there with a bunch of close acquaintances.
I was going to say, how close were you to this?
Not very.
Yeah.
This is about 5 years ago. This is actually probably longer than 5 years ago. It was before I was even like smoking as much weed as I was now.
Yeah.
I don't even think I was smoking weed at the time. So I'm like, perfect. I can fucking definitely start eating weed.
Yeah, let's go.
This fucking
How
dude.
bad can it be?
This guy, I should have fucking known too. This is like you're checking off all the boxes of like what not to do. So the guy I'm buddies with, and we're drinking, we're having a good night.
Yeah.
He's like, do you want one of these fucking weed pills I got? I'm like, I don't know, man. Like I've had edibles before, like when I smoke weed.
Were they fucking Flintstone pills?
They're like THC pills. Like I have like CBD pills you can take and stuff. So like they're different. Just it's an edible.
Sure.
Right. It's an edible.
Yeah.
So he's like,
I think of edibles as like gummies though.
Yeah, but
they come in all sorts
shapes,
of
sizes, and
it's like penises.
Yeah, those are also edible. So he's check one. This guy's a fucking huge stoner, smoking weed all night.
Yeah.
I'm already pretty baked, and I'm like at a level of high that I'm like, I don't know how to handle myself.
Yeah.
Like I'm fucking pretty
I'm
rookie.
feeling it.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. It's like, you want to try one of these edibles? I'm like, I'm a pretty cool guy. I'm not going to say no to this. I'm like, but how strong are they? He's like, oh, they're not bad. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So says the person that has a tolerance, where his tolerance is 100 milligrams, and this is a quarter of that. So he throws me one of these things. I'm fucking rocking, and we're having a good time, and then the thing fucking kicks. Rocking and rolling. The fucking thing kicks in. And we're sitting there and we're having this conversation. There's another guy there and he's just talking. I just like feel this thing like just like wash over me like a fucking wave. And I'm like, oh, I'm in fucking big trouble here. So he's there talking, and I'm like, all right. I'm like, maybe it's possible I'm too high to even be here. So
is that when you got picked up by Rob?
No.
Different time?
Oh, that was a different time.
Okay.
We're not going to tell that story.
No.
Yeah.
I was trying to, I thought, okay, maybe.
Okay, so there's 3 times.
Now the truth comes
There's
out.
3 stories, apparently. So, I did get picked up by a cab, though. So, I'm fucking tripping balls. I'm like, fuck. High as shit. This guy's telling this, like, really nice life story, and I'm just like, I'm not here for it. Like, dude,
just get me the fuck home.
Like, I thought I was drinking. I thought we were having a good time. Turns out, I'm a fucking bait scene. I tripped the fuck out. Yeah. So, I fucking, like, say bye, and I'm like, oh, yeah. Like, it's totally normal. I just gotta go. And, like, I'm sure I seemed totally fine.
Cool, but in your head, you're
in my head, I'm like, I look like an idiot. I sound dumb.
Yeah.
It's like, you're doing all
saying dumb shit.
Yeah,
like,
it's like you're
literally
being
just
fine.
saying normal stuff.
Yeah, you're being fine. And
that's how I am.
You still, like, at least for me, like, every time I get stoned like that, I think to myself, I'm like, I probably sounded dumb there. But you just get used to sounding dumb because you're like, I probably sound dumb all the time. Yeah. Or it is just how I sound, which is also dumb. So,
yeah.
So I was fucking, just like the rookie move. Like, I'm 21. I'm like, fucking, I sound like an idiot. I'm fucking, they don't even want me here. Like, just
checking off every box.
Every single box. I call a fucking cab because this is before Uber. Yeah. So I fucking call a cab and I'm like,
that's how old we are. We didn't have Uber back in the day.
It's like 6 years ago. So I fucking
trying to relate with the older audience.
That is our demographic's weirdly old. So
was it?
I don't know.
Because we did look at the stats the other week.
I think it's exactly our demographic.
I think so too. I thought you knew something I didn't.
No, I didn't. Again, I don't know anything. This is the reason I tripped out. I'm like, fuck, I have nothing to contribute to this conversation. I'm like, I'll just leave. So I left. I jumped in this fucking cab. I'm so fucking high. I'm like making note of every street I'm driving by. I'm like, okay, right now I'm at Young and Finch we left from. So I'm like the next street north. I'm like, okay, now I'm on Finch. I'm driving forward. I got my phone right. I'm like, in case I gotta die, I gotta make sure I can call. Like, I'm just blasted. Yeah. Way too high. Yeah. Probably sound like I should be in an insane asylum. Yeah, you can get that high without, and you can be sitting there looking totally cool. But in your brain, do you know what I'm talking about? Or do I sound like a crazy person?
No, I know exactly what
you can sit there, you just look cool, like, hey man, you good? You're like, yeah, I'm good. And the person's like, oh, perfect, CJ's good.
Cool. Yeah.
But in your brain, you're like, I'm not good. I'm freaking the fuck out.
So when we went to your stepbrother's place way back in high school for that paintball fucking weekend with like his work or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So we went there and we got high and I'm fucking.
First of all, we're too young to be even fucking.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be. I don't think you should be smoking weed that young.
No, definitely not. Yeah. But we did.
Yeah.
And I got real high. I was playing Brick Breaker on my phone. And I'm like, man, Chris is on. We were sitting there. And then I'm like done with that because I lost. And I was pissed. But then I put my hand on like my neck. And I could feel my pulse. Then all of a sudden.
You're like, fuck.
All of a sudden, I couldn't feel it anymore.
I'm like, oh, I'm dead now.
Fuck. Did I die? And like, I looked around and I'm like, so fucked.
Do.
Like, I'm like, holy shit. And like, I was probably just fucking goddamn normal.
Totally.
But like, in my head, I was tripping out and like,
you know how high
everybody's like, yo, you good? I'm like,
yeah.
I'm good.
And people are like, I guess he's good now.
Yeah. He's probably fucking fine.
So that's the whole thing about weed you got to get used to is just like, I'm good. I'm cool right now. It's hard to talk yourself into that.
I think.
Because most of the time you are good. But the thing about...
I think, well, like, let's say this. Like, if you're listening and you haven't done fucking drugs yet.
Don't.
One, don't if you're young. Wait till you're older.
Wait till you're 33 years old, I think, is probably the first time you should... And then do all of the drugs. Then get reckless.
But if you are going to do them, be in an atmosphere and be with people that, like...
Love and trust.
Yeah, because, like, again, like, I know, like, I will...
It's a big thing for me.
I'm not going to say I'm going to do fucking every drug with Chris. If I were to do any drug, I'd want to do it with Chris because Chris would do it. Chris would do it with me. If I'd be like, dude, I'm going to eat this mushroom. Chris would be like, well, fuck, we're going on the same fucking trip. Here we go. Next thing you know, we're fucking both high on mushrooms.
It's also slightly irresponsible. But I get it, yeah.
You know what I mean, though? Like, again, I'd rather be there when you guys are fucking doing all sorts of shit.
Land.
Like,
yeah.
And just know that everybody's good, then not be there and be like, oh, yo, shit happened last night.
It's funny, like, you mentioned that. I'm going to tell this fucking story. Our buddy Rob picked me up one time. I'm, again, so high in an edible. So this is how...
We're not going there.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I want to tell this story because it's the same thing we're talking about. It's like when you seem fine, but in you're like...
really not.
You're like, dude, you should be put in a fucking insane asylum. So we're at this bar. It's St. Patrick's Day. We've been fucking boozing all day.
Yeah.
My dad's always from Ireland. His birthday's St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
So all of us were out fucking boozing heavy. We fucking end up at this bar. Our buddy's going to come and meet us. He's going to pick us up. And then we're going to go downtown. We're going to go down to Young Eglinton or some shit. So about 30 minutes before the ride shows up, one of the guys we're with, he's like, do you want some of this edible? It's this fucking like, it looks like a little, was there ever like Lego candy you would eat?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So it looked like one of those long bricks.
Sure.
So like, what are we talking? An inch long? 2 inches? 2 inches probably. So, and it's in 3 quarters.
You probably should have had a quarter of a quarter.
I asked him, I'm like, how much should I have? He's like, you can easily eat this much, which left a little tiny quarter of the piece. So you can eat 3/4 of it. So I bite down. And I start chewing 3/4. And as soon as I bite down, he's like, that was probably too much. was the words out of his mouth. I'm like, dude, I just fucking asked you.
Yeah.
And again, I haven't been fucking going crazy on weed like that. Like, I hadn't ramped up to this thing, right?
Yeah, I was just starting.
Yeah, so it's amazing. I decided eventually, I'm like, I should start smoking more weed because I've had such great experiences leading up to this. So we fucking, he's like, how much you eat? I'm like, this. He's like, this much. I'm like, perfect. I eat this much. He's like, too much. Like, oh, great.
Perfect. Okay, let's throw this out in the air. If somebody takes too much, don't tell them it was too much.
I was just gonna say
because it's in their head from that moment on that they took too much, and then they're gonna trip even more.
Yeah.
If they go, was that enough? Be like, yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, you're good.
You're gonna be good.
Yeah, you're gonna be good. And if you're not, let me know.
Like, put them in a good place. Like,
yeah. Wow. Don't fucking immediately put me into a state of panic. So now I eat this. I've swallowed it.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
in your own head.
I'm like, here we go. Yep. Like, I'm done now.
Yep.
Like, I'm going to be
You're just waiting for it to kick in.
Yeah, and it doesn't, like,
it's like an hour.
Like, it kicked in, and we're like, our ride had come, our buddy had come and picked us all up. We're all heading downtown.
Yeah. But it's just
and I'm just fucking sitting there fucking chilling. I'm higher than I've ever been in my entire life. Yeah. Everyone's cool, having fun around me. Yeah. And then I would say things, I'm like, whoa. Why did I say that? But I was also told you're gonna be too fucking stoned from this. It's all the same shit. It's mostly me. It's like, dude, you gotta learn how to be fucking comfortable in your own skin, all that shit. But I don't want to be. But you gotta be. So
again, we could be your life coach for a small fee.
Fuck. Do not even contact us about that. We are not your people.
For a small fee, we can be.
It's true. How much drugs do you have on you? How much drugs is 2 drugs? Let's find out. So, I'm fucking tripping the fuck out. Our buddy, we drop everyone off at the bar. We just fucking hightail it out of there. I couldn't even go out that night. Like, I was like done. Yeah. It's like if you saw this person behaving like this person should be in a fucking insane asylum, whatever. And it was all me. And everyone's like, dude, you're fine. I'm like, I'm not fine.
I'm not okay.
They're like, you seem pretty good. It's like, well, I'm not, because you're boiling up inside.
Yeah.
So that eventually you get used to. Then you can start to enjoy it.
Yeah.
But that's why you go always like just work your way up in increments.
Yeah, it's always
you're always gonna fuck up.
With smoking.
You just gotta know that you fucked up and it's cool to fuck up.
I feel like smoking is a little different with like, again, I don't smoke that often anymore, and to be honest, I don't really remember too much back in fucking high school when I was, but
dude, I got too high 2 weeks ago smoking weed. With weed,
I know with gummies though, like it's when you get high, it's hard. You can't go back. Mm-mm. So like, it's always better. Like the fucking things we had were, I think they said 5 milligrams. But again, I didn't read the package. We have more back at the house, so sure. I'll read the package to actually see what the actual things are. But we took it as like 1 cube was 5 milligrams. Well, that's not a whole lot.
No.
So we thought we'd just like fucking chill out, mellow out, but we both got pretty fucking stoned.
Which is perfect.
It was fine.
But you knew that going into it.
Put Audrey to bed.
Did
like,
it?
Now, mind you, it was like fucking 3 a.m.
Oh, so she was tired.
She's still...
It put her to bed. What time was it? 3 a.m. She was tired. Yeah. She was ready for sleep.
Yeah. Like, she's like, we got to make the bed because we did the sheets and we didn't make the bed earlier that day.
And someone needs to sleep at it.
And so I'm like, okay, well, I'm just like going to clean up some shit downstairs and then I'll be up. And I went upstairs. She was asleep with a pillow being the sheets.
There you go.
I'm like,
here we go.
We got to fucking make this thing.
What are we, heathens? But you're right. It's about once you agree to do it, you can't fight it.
No,
and again, like, I'm not being ignorant because I make this mistake almost most of the time I do drugs. But at some point I'll realize I'm like, okay, this is just a trip that I'm on, and here we go.
You just gotta go with it. Like, just be on the trip.
I smoked this fucking huge joint.
Be paranoid. It's fine. Be
literally
paranoid.
3 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's fine.
3 weeks ago. It's like when you tell me it's fine, I know it's not.
No, but you know, like,
saw this huge joint with a friend the other week ago. And it was fucking medical shit he was getting.
Yeah,
because it's part of his benefits. Nice. He's like, I'm gonna exploit this. I'm like, you definitely should. You're You're literally paying for it. Yeah. It's your dues. So he got it.
Use it.
Yeah, and I stuck to my usual rule. I'm like, I took like maybe one extra hoot, and I was fucking gas canned.
I was gonna say one too many.
No, not even. Like, I wasn't like being reckless. Because like,
I know you're usually like, what if a joint's being passed around? It's like couple hits and then you're like, I'm good for now.
Because I've fucked up so many times, dude.
Dude,
like,
but that's smart. That's what I do. Like when we were at your cottage, when we were stepbrothers, you're like, you want some? I'm like...
But that one was probably my fault because I'm like, it's fine. You can
No, but I'm like, I'll have some.
Yeah.
I had 2 hoots. That was it. You're like, want more? I'm like, no, I'm good, bro.
And that's what you need to do.
And then I ate like 10 Oreos. Also, when we got high the other night, we ordered McFlurries and 20 chicken nuggets.
Nice.
Oh, it was fantastic.
How many dipping sauces do they give you for 20?
I'm gonna say 2.
These are important issues in the world.
I'm gonna say 2 because Audrey got a honey. She likes honey, and I got a hot mustard.
She likes honey,
dude.
From McDonald's.
No, like honey in her nuggets, dude. Don't knock it.
I'm knocking it, dude. I'm gonna knock it until I try it. I'm just telling you. That's what I'm gonna do.
That's fine.
That sounds fucked.
Hey, you do you, boo. Fuck.
Honey,
don't knock
fucking
it till
boo.
You try it. I like it, but I've fallen in love with the hot mustard.
I was hoping you were going to say, with this hot blonde from Gap.
Yeah. Oh, God.
So, yeah. Anyway, I still make the fucking mistake. Smoke too much weed.
Yeah.
Get too high. And then I'm like, I'm fine. Everyone knows I'm fine. I just got to know that you're cool. It's you tripping yourself out most of the time.
Yeah.
Again, it doesn't make it fucking easy.
You get in your own head.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And
but that's the whole point of the drug. You're supposed to get in your fucking head.
Be paranoid. It's fine. It's fine.
But
you're okay.
Yeah, like when I get fucking high, I like to think about like how I fuck with people.
What?
And how I shouldn't do it. Yeah, like I just like I analyze everything I say. I'm like, oh, should I say this in a nice fashion or a joking fashion where someone could misconstrue it as a mean comment? Why don't I just take the nice route?
The last couple of times I've like done.
And that said, I've been high this entire podcast, so people are probably like, you've been mean at times.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I apologize. But no, last couple of times, like I've only done other than your cottage, it's been edibles.
I was eating mushrooms that week.
Yeah, I know.
That was fun.
Yeah, and again, like...
But I took enough where I knew I wasn't going to go intergalactic.
You even said to me, you're like, don't worry. I've done enough. We don't have
because last time you saw me do mushrooms, we did too much.
Yeah, you're like, you don't have to shaman. I'm like, well, I'm here. I'm here if you need me. I'm here if you need me.
This is how you know our friendship's gone too far, is because when someone's eating mushrooms and they go to their friend like, hey man, it's cool, you don't have to shaman tonight.
Like, just give me a heads up. Like, yeah. Because again, like, I don't want to start saying...
it's your weekend too. I don't want to have to be like, hey man, I know you were enjoying yourself with 7 other people, but I just need you to look after me.
You're not like that.
But I could be like that if I did too much. You know, like, people can do that.
Just let me know. Like, be like, man, I might have had too much mushrooms. Like,
heads up.
Yeah, just keep an eye on me. Like, that's fine. I don't give a fuck. I'm still going to get fucked up myself.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm going to keep in mind, like, I need to check in with Chris every once in a while. Mm-hmm. Especially if he goes disappearing. But, yeah, dude, like, I don't even know what we were talking about.
Yeah, because we're fucking drunk and high.
You're high. I'm just drunk.
All right. Maybe we should pack it in. How long have we been?
Hour 47.
Yeah, we're good. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, you want to wrap it up?
Let's do it.
Let's wrap it up.
All right. Again,
2 C's in a pod, motherfuckers.
Hang on. Let me do the...
Oh, sorry.
2 C's
in a pod, motherfucker.
Coming straight out of Compton. Crazy motherfucker named CJ. All right, added CJ on Instagram.
And his paranoid friend Chris.
And his paranoid friend named Chris. He needs to wrap up this podcast because he's paranoid.
Uncle Chris.
It's CJ Shade on Instagram, mail.2seasonapod@gmail, and CJ Shade Photography for all of your photography needs. If you came back, thank you. If you're new, thank you. Whoever listens every time, thank you very much. We do greatly appreciate it.
Thank you for our sponsor this week, Kristen, coming out with the, what did we say this guy's name was? Basil Hayden's?
Yeah.
Kentucky bourbon.
Well, I don't know if that's his name, but that's the name of the bottle.
Oh, yeah. No, I think
can just say the name of the bottle.
I think it's his name. When Basil Hayden Sr. began distilling back in fucking 1796, that guy's dead. 100%. Holy
You know what? I think we should end this podcast on a fact.
1796? Oh, I got some facts for it.
No, we're good. This is the fact that you need to know. Basil Hayden is dead. Good night, y'all. Deuces.
Good night. Oh, God. Okay, be quiet.